red wine, chocolate, coffee, and olive oil have very large components of melatonin. His physician told him that he was basically a dead man walking. He says that you must have a liter per day of high quality red wine.
Liter? Oh my goodness.
No, I don't drink a liter of red wine, but I'm impressed that a guy made it to 102. In the 15th century, cheese consumption is actually profoundly beneficial to your health. Aging actually only occurs as a breakdown of the interface between the wall of our gut. As long as that wall is intact, then you will not age. And I think that's why you see such variation in literature. And a lot of times it's, well, where was this study done?
For example, they were publishing an article around, is gluten really bad for everyone? And it is in gluten-sensitive people, and it is with people obviously with celiac disease. But is it the case that not everyone? And that seems to be something that no one's ever fully agreed on. You know, do we have to exclude all gluten to maintain the integrity of our gut lining?
I think that's
Tim Spector, that's who I was thinking of, sorry.
Yeah, Phil Spector. And I've had him on my podcast, and I like his books a lot. And I like what he's doing with Zoe. But gluten is a really good way of breaking down the wall of the gut in tight junctions. I can tell you that 99.5% of my patients with measurable leaky gut have antibodies to the various forms of gluten, to wheat germ agglutinin, and to non-gluten proteins. What's fascinating to me is that after a year, when people have sealed their gut, all of these people lose their antibodies to gluten. They no longer recognize gluten as a foreign protein. Now, does that mean we can reintroduce gluten to those people? I think the answer is it depends on where you live. For instance, in Indonesia, seitan is literally pure wheat gluten, and it's a major portion of the diet. And these people don't, in general, have leaky gut. Tons of my patients with an autoimmune disease that resolves will go, let's say, to Italy or the south of France, and they'll have pasta, and they'll have pizza, and they'll have bread. And they won't flare. They won't get an upset stomach. They won't get IBS. Their psoriasis won't come back. Their Hashimoto's markers don't come back. And they go, oh, wow, Dr. Gundry's cured me. I'm going to come back to the United States, and I'm now going to eat all these things. And within a couple of weeks, coming back and eating our bread, our pizzas, whatever, they flare. And they go, well, what the heck? I thought I was cured. Well, one of the things that we've unfortunately exported is Roundup, glyphosate. And almost all of our foods in the United States are tainted with Roundup. All of our wheat, all of our oats, all of our rye, all of our canola is tainted with Roundup. Even a lot of our wines are tainted with Roundup. On the other hand, in the EU, certain countries now have banned Roundup, and it's much less prevalent. And sadly, Roundup can potentiate leaky gut all by itself. Roundup can make people who are not gluten sensitive to gluten. And Roundup can actually kill off the bacterial species that actually, if you will, enjoy eating gluten. So it's rendered our defense systems down. So that's a long way of saying is it depends. It depends on your microbiome, your defense fortifications. It depends on whether your immune system has been activated to look for gluten and whether you can turn it off. And I think that's why you see such variation in literature. And a lot of times it's, well, where was this study done?